Well, today, I think the biggest game of the day in the World Cup, it's Brazil playing against Morocco. Now, Neymar totally ruled out of this fixture. Purely confirmed. Vinicius Jr. has come out and obviously sent out a statement that they're here to win the World Cup. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are obviously here to obviously bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is concerned in here onto what we call the Rokani Media Football. Now, the World Cup yesterday, we saw the highest scoring fixture and I think it was all about Paraguay and USA. USA put 4 goals past a team known as Paraguay. And the former Arsenal Academy graduate, Balogan, went ahead to obviously score a brace. And I think as we speak right now in the World Cup, he's the top scorer. Right, so let's wait for other games coming in through. Switzerland playing at 22 hours, Brazil coming in through later. Today we are having 4 games, and they are obviously going to be taking us until morning time. So let's see how things really pan out. But as Brazil heads into this one, obviously we got a breaking story that Neymar is totally out of this encounter, and they told us that Neymar is working very hard to recover as quickly as possible. The expectation is that he'll recover and rejoin the group next week. So I think if you're a player like Neymar, the group stages don't matter. And if I'm Carlo Ancelotti, I would come in through and really play Neymar. Like in the next game they're going to be playing, you give him how many minutes? I think 10, 15. Then, when it matters most, I'm talking about the round of 32, round of 16, and so on and so forth. That's when, obviously, you obviously see yourself getting in the best of the best. And you get in the best in class, who is Neymar in there for you. So, I think that's exactly what Brazil should be doing. In the group stages, if he's missing the game of Morocco, because I believe this is going to be the biggest game in this group, because Morocco went ahead to finish the World Cup of 2022 as 4th. They went ahead to play in the semifinals and they were knocked out by France. You understand? France came up and obviously knocked them out, and they would have gone ahead to obviously be playing in the finals. You never know. But they knocked out a team known as Portugal, that many thought would come in through and become the World Cup champions in there for you. Now, the group C has Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. So, I think Morocco and Brazil are the favorites to obviously go through to the next stage in there for you. And maybe Scotland will come in through as the losers. There is that bracket of losers that will obviously come in through and obviously get to another round in there for you. So this time round, we are having a very huge pot. I think we do have 12 groups and we do have 48 teams, meaning that takes us to 24 teams. And I think the best 8 will come in through to join, to go to the round of 32, then round of 16, round of 8, round of 4, and then the final. And Vinicius Jr. has gone ahead, obviously come out and really describe those as 8 games. Last time, there were 8. This time around, every team is going to be playing 1 more game in there for you. Now, Vini, with Neymar out, obviously, the responsibility of taking Brazil to the levels where they deserve to be are on the shoulders of Vinicius Jr. because he's going to be the star player. No doubt about it. If Neymar is out, the next star for Brazil is Vinicius Jr. And he has to obviously take on the responsibility to see to it that he takes Brazil to where they deserve to be. And Vini has said, we are here to win the World Cup. Nothing else matters. This is the only mission. Now, I like it when he really speaks with that vigor and aura, because he has done it at Real Madrid, and now he has to come in through and do it for the Brazilian national team. I think the best Brazil has gone ahead to do ever since the World Cup of 2002 win is to reach the quarterfinals, and I think that's when they were destroyed. Were they quarterfinals or semifinals in 2014? You know, let's check here. 2014 World Cup, it was hosted in Brazil. Because Germany went ahead to humiliate them, you know, and it was a 7. Was it 7? You know, and I think that World Cup was won by Germany. That is it, in Brazil. So Brazil was knocked out of the World Cup in the semifinals, 7-1 defeat. So the best the nearest they've gone, you know, to a final is the semifinal in 2014. And I do believe if Neymar was not injured in the quarterfinal game, you know, I think would have gone ahead to obviously lift Brazil, because he single-handedly lifted that Brazilian team from the group stages to the semifinals. And you even saw it in the World Cup in Qatar, that he did his job, put Brazil ahead, they equalized them, and Brazil went ahead to obviously miss out on penalties. You understand? But this time around, I think they do have a manager in Carlo Ancelotti, and obviously he will obviously take them to where we want them to be. And where do we want them to be? I want them to win the World Cup. And that's why I told you my favorite to win the World Cup is Brazil. Now, Vini has also gone ahead to say the following, that there are 8 games left. I can change this history for our country and for the players. I'm not talking about goals or assists, but about playing well and giving the team confidence. It doesn't matter how many goals I score. What matters is where we get to. So Vini is like, I can change this history for our country. And obviously, if there is a player who is supposed to obviously coming through and obviously take on this Brazilian team to the triumph of the World Cup, it should be Vinicius Jr., because he has all the qualities to lead, especially in that front line. Like you saw Messi do it last time. Vini has to obviously raise up his hand amongst all the hands of Brazilian teams in this, Brazilian players in the squad, to obviously come and say enough is enough. It has been how many years? It has been 24 years since Brazil last lifted a World Cup trophy. And those are how many editions? 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022. Those are 5 World Cup editions when Brazil is not winning the World Cup. And I think in their history, it has never happened that Brazil has gone ahead to obviously go 5 World Cup editions without lifting the World Cup. So Vini is like, I'm going to take it by myself to make it sure that I really take Brazil to where I want to be. And he said, it doesn't matter how many goals you score, it's all about where the team of Brazil will obviously get in there for you. Now, this is the reason as to why I think he stands a better chance to obviously be one of the star players at the World Cup. And I'm talking about Vinicius Jr. So, Vini has come up and told us the following about Ancelotti. He said, playing under Carlo Ancelotti gives me the biggest peace of mind. He gives me a lot of freedom and confidence to do everything I've already done for the national team and for Real Madrid. Now, this guy, known as Carlo Don Ancelotti, is one of those managers that has gone ahead to obviously turn Vini into what he is right now. And he effectively knows what can turn Vini into a weapon for Brazil to use to obviously hurt the opponents that Brazil is going to be facing at the World Cup. And he did it well at the what we call the Madrid team. You understand? And because he did it very well at the Madrid team, I tell you, it speaks volumes onto what Vini can do with this guy. Rodrigo is really out of this, but I think if at all Rodrigo was here, obviously the side of Brazil would have gone ahead to obviously be excited, as they'll be having two of the players that Ancelotti turned into good players, all world-class players at Real Madrid. But we wait and see how things pan out. But today they are going to be taking on Morocco, and today is when we see today is when we see whether Brazil is really that team that I predicted will win the World Cup or not. Rokani David is my name. Thank you for watching in through. This is the second video of the day, and more is yet to come in here onto our beautiful channel. I sign out for now. See you later, and thank you for watching in through. Don't forget to subscribe, because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers on this channel, and there is no way we aren't gonna fail to hit that, because you guys are obviously giving us new vibes after vibes. World Cup fixtures coming up later today. Obviously the fixtures are as follows, right? Switzerland is playing Qatar 22 hours. Brazil at 01 hours will be playing Morocco. Haiti at 4 hours, all 4 a.m. depending on where you're watching from, they'll be playing against Scotland, and Australia will be playing Turkey at 7 a.m. So that's what will be happening in here onto the Rokani Media Football. And those games that will be able to obviously bring you much reactions, we will be gladdened. But for those we won't be coming in through for these reactions, don't feel pissed at us.